Frazier, and this is my 2018 NBA Offseason video, part 1. In this video, I will be talking about what I thought about the NBA draft and some other news that have been going on, non-free agency news. So even though the draft was a few weeks ago, I do have some thoughts on it, as I think it's definitely going to impact free agency. So I'm going to kick it off. DeAndre Ayton, he went to the Phoenix Suns, going number 1. Unexpected, best player in the draft. Very good pick for the Phoenix Suns. There was, I know that there was rumors that they were going to go after Luka Doncic. They were looking at Marvin Bagley III. But overall, I think DeAndre Ayton, I thought he was a good choice for the Phoenix Suns. And you never know, that huge duo between him and Devin Booker could be the next Kobe Shaq. You never know. So we'll see what happens there. So then at number 2, Sacramento, they went out and got Marvin Bagley III. Another great pick. Couldn't go wrong there. I think he definitely a future star he can build on from Arizona. So Arizona product. Local kid at least. Went to Duke for that 1 year of college. He was very impressive, and I think it's a good pick for the Sacramento Kings. At number 3, this was an interesting thing because we saw a lot of trades in this first round. Luka Doncic was selected 3rd. He was drafted to Atlanta, but Atlanta traded with Dallas with the number 6 pick. Atlanta was able to get Trae Young, another great player. I think this is a good deal for both teams as they're looking for their next big stars, especially with Dallas. I think this trade worked out both well for both teams. Jaren Jackson Jr. went 4th to Memphis, a good pick. Some other picks that happened: Mohamed Bamba went 6th to Orlando. Wendell Carter went 7th to Chicago. Colin Sexton, as he'll be probably the next star that Cleveland builds after the LeBron James news that I will talk about. Went 8th to Cleveland. This was a pretty interesting pick of what happened between Mikal Bridges and so he gets drafted by Philadelphia, and he's very excited. His hometown team. His mother works in the organization. He was then traded to the Phoenix Suns. Now, I think he probably seemed a little bit bummed out, but it's good to see that he embraces that it's a business, and he's going to the Phoenix Suns. So I think people are probably getting drafted in the first round. That's a huge accomplishment for him. Miles Bridges, no relations to Mikal, went to the Clippers at number 12. Michael Porter Jr., who was expected to be a top 5 pick, who fell down in this draft due to some back injuries. He fell to the Denver Nuggets. That was probably the steal of the draft for them. Zahir Smith, he was traded to Philadelphia for Phoenix for, obviously, Mikal Bridges. Grayson Allen went to the Jazz at 21st, and Aaron Holiday went 23rd to the Indiana Pacers. And then some other news, non-NBA free agency news that has happened. The Clippers traded Austin Rivers to the Wizards for Marcin Gortat, if I'm saying that right. James Harden won the MVP as well. And Lonzo Ball, who's on the Lakers, he suffered a torn meniscus. He will be ready by training camp, though. He's been very, very a player that a lot of people see him getting traded to the Spurs if they trade for Kyrie Leonard, but with him injured, that's probably not going to happen. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about, the Leonard trade. And I'll talk more about it in the free agency video, but he's been a top guy. He wants to, his number 1 destination is the Lakers, but the Spurs, they want a huge package for him, and the Lakers are just having trouble pulling the trigger on that. So we'll see what happens there. I think he wants to go there, but the Spurs are smart, and they know if we're gonna trade our best player away. We need something for him, so we'll see what happens. They're developing, and I think the Lakers, they probably might pull the trigger on it, especially what's happened without the rest of the NBA, especially in the Western Conference. And that's it for my part 1 of the 2018 NBA offseason on the draft thoughts and my draft thoughts and other NBA news. So stay tuned for part 2, as I will be going over free agency for that video. If you haven't seen, a couple days ago I did a MLB June Thoughts video, so check that out. Check out my recent appearance on the Guns N' Roses Central podcast. check out for my NHL offseason version of this video. So check that out in a couple days. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the part 2 video.